You are currently number 80 in the queue. Please hold. While you wait, why not consider a light reading or guided meditation? Close your eyes and listen carefully. Imagine you're standing on a beach, water gently lapping at your feet. But now you're sinking. What were you thinking? That's all the time we have this week. Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 77 in the queue. Please hold. Here at Mantra, meditation is a big part of our daily healing. It's better than sitting around doing nothing. You are currently number 36 in the queue. Please hold. Not vibrating like you ought to be? Need a purpose? Tired of surfing through existential misery? Join Mantra today. Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 25 in the queue. Please hold. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but do you really want to think all by yourself now? All I'm asking for is a little bit of faith. You know it's easy to believe. You are currently number 10 in the queue. Please hold. How spiritual are you? If you can live without caffeine, if you can be cheerful, ignoring aches and pains, if you can resist complaining, if you can understand when your loved ones are too busy to give you any time, if you can take criticism and blame without resentment, if you can ignore a friend's limited education and never correct him or her, if you can resist treating a rich friend better than a poor friend, if you can face the world without lies and deceit, if you can conquer tension without medical help, if you can relax without liquor, if you can sleep without the aid of drugs, if you can honestly say that deep in your heart you have no prejudice against creed, color, religion, gender preference, or politics, congratulations. You have reached the same level of spiritual development as a chinchilla. Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 4 in the queue. Please hold. With recruits as young as 5, perhaps a career in our forces is the right path for your children. Mantra Military allows us to protect our truth from the darkness of enemy belief systems. You are currently number 3 in the queue. Please hold.
Welcome to Mantra. Daniel speaking. Could I take your Earth name, please? And how can I share my knowledge with you today? Your journey with Mantra begins now, and I'm pleased to be able to share the beginning of your enlightenment with...
What? I need a second over there.
Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 80 in the queue. Please hold. While you wait, why not consider a light reading or guided meditation? Close your eyes and listen carefully. Imagine you're standing on a beach, water gently lapping at your feet. But now you're sinking. What were you thinking? That's all the time we have this week. Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 77 in the queue. Please hold. Here at Mantra, meditation is a big part.
We're live. Hello everyone and welcome to a very special Gehenna Gaming 2-shot. I am proud to present my first ever live production, live streamed MCing game of Monsterhearts. This tale is Mantra, a 2-part Monsterhearts story. Before I get into it, let's have a message from our sponsors.
Thanks. So, hello everyone. I am back. First of all, first stream since moving. I just want to let everyone know that tonight's episode, as the beginning of this mini series that Nick is going to be running, is going to carry a heavy content warning. We just want to let everyone know this is going to be a particularly dark game covering themes ranging from cults, religious horror, and gaslighting into cannibalism. So if that is not your vibe, we fully endorse you to go watch something else or just watch Shiva. She loves you. She accepts you. It's okay. So yeah, heavy content warning for this and next week's streams. So be forewarned. Take it away, Nick.
After the Silent Hill game, I feel like no one should be totally surprised that this was coming, but...
True. It's true.
Yes, as Ian stated before, this is going to get a little bit heavier than our usual streams. So, buckle up, enjoy, and welcome to the Tale of Mantra. Before I begin, though, I have an excellent cast joining me today. 4 of them, in fact. And I shall let them introduce themselves, starting from the top left of the overlay. Ellie, would you mind introducing?
Hi, I am Ellie Collins. I am the storyteller for ATL by Night, Vampire the Masquerade V5 game here on Twitch. I'm super excited to be here. This is my first Monsterhearts game, actually.
Well, hopefully this will leave a good impression on you. Now, how about going next to Ian?
Yeah, like I said, I'm Ian. I'm one of the co-founders of Gehenna Gaming. It's been a while since I've been on stream, so I'm excited to jump back into it. I am going to be playing Rhys Morrison, the Hydra, this evening. So I'm looking forward to playing possibly the creepiest character I've ever played.
And going on to our bottom row now, A friendly face you always know. Brother Wes.
Hi, my name is Wes Franks, or Brother Wes, as the wonderful overlay beneath me says. I will be playing Andy Walsh, the Faithful, a very different character than I've played for a long time. So it's going to be interesting, but don't worry, everything's going to be okay.
And last but certainly not least, a player that has been in a lot of my games and my go-to, Leslee.
Hey, so I'm Leslee Everett. You've seen me on Interstitial War and Crack the Sky over on Carrying Comfort. And today I will be playing Tanner Brayer, the Ghoul. Also probably the creepiest character I've ever played.
And I am your MC, Nick Francia, also over at Gehenna Gaming as the stream producer. And hopefully I don't get myself fired today by torturing my boss. So we'll see. Nothing but love here. So we begin our tale not in the dead of night or even the early of the morning, but in fact the afternoon. The town is Wickerton, rough in upstate New York, roughly about over 1,500 people, and isolated amongst the backdrops of the Great Lake, heavily areas. The seasons are spring turning into summer, around the May to June, and it's a special occasion upon all of us. It's the Midsummer Festival, known by as the town, but more importantly, it's the Festival of Rejuvenation. A festival co-sponsored by Mantra. Mantra. One word, roughly 6 letters, 2 syllables. I think I got that right. The religious movement promoting neo-divine and inner control of oneself, of soul, as they attune to nature. Highly publicized on the news for its less than savory action, often brought under investigation. But they are mere tableau, mere accusations, nothing that could actually dethrone a powerful and upstate and justified organizations. In fact, I believe we are joined by 2 of its finest members even today, as we take our place in the town square. The center of town of Wickerton, slew to mom and pop shops that have lined the kind of circular roundabout area. They have been decorated for the festival, little ornaments and wood carvings of, spirits and woodland creatures, as well as flowers and garland and everything abode. The little children are running about, the girls with flowers in their hair and the boys with large sticks in their hand, doing God knows what as they chase the stray dogs across the cobblestone. But there is one table in particular that stands out, one little stand. Built sturdy, multiple little pamphlets kind of divided across. And at it stands a gentleman, freshly graduated from high school, a ripe 18 years of age. Mr. Walsh, what do we see?
You see a very well put together person. He's wearing khaki slacks with a nice brown leather belt, brown leather loafers, and a very welcoming and pleasant to the eye blue shirt that is buttoned down. The collar is unbuttoned at the top to appear approachable, and the sleeves are not rolled up. but they are actually rolled down and they are buttoned up just to make sure to cover up anything that might seem unseemly to the public eye. He has brown hair that has been tied in a ponytail because luckily he doesn't have to keep his hair cut because he does like his hair. But there's other ways around that to look presentable, and he has glasses as well. And he's got a very nice smile as well. Seems very approachable, well put together.
Yes, not a button out of place,
Mm-mm.
lest you tempt others, or more so tempt yourself. You see, Mantra has taught you that the sacredness of one's own flesh is of the utmost reverence. And you almost fall to your knees, Mr. Walsh, as you see a figure stride to the center. This figure is not alone, flanked by 3 other members, dressed in khakis, as well as button-up shirts bearing patches across them. Particular kind of black crescent moon that it's on its side, and the image of a sun within the crescent. It is the symbol of Mantra, because Mantra, underneath all the heavens, moon, sun, sky, the earth. Who is leading these 3 figures?
I believe that would be myself, Rhys Morrison. Dressed similarly, in fact, to Brother Walsh, but his clothes are homemade. So a little, not quite as nice, but very well taken care of. Blue button-down shirt, sleeves buttoned up, khaki pants, and leather shoes.
Oh, yes. And you knew you would find Mr. Walsh here. Obviously, it was you that sent him to...
It is indeed.
Mr. Morrison, what is your opinion of Brother Walsh?
Brother Walsh is a shining example of what a young man can be in Mantra.
A paragon indeed.
Indeed. And I will approach him, actually. Walk over.
Everyone parts, allowing Mr. Morrison, Brother Rhys, sometimes even regarded as my brother.
Hi, brother Morrison. It is excellent to see you. I wanted. Oh, pardon me. And he does this thing, the symbol, mantra towards, and goes. I just wanted to let you know that we have all the decorations in place. Everything has been put together, put to task perfectly. If there's anything out of place, though, I am more than willing to go ahead and take care of it very quickly and efficiently.
No, everything looks perfectly put together, Brother Walsh. Excellent job. As always, you are a shining example to this community.
And you see a relief fall over Andy.
However, there are some other less than unsavory characters in the square. Yes, I believe I can see them now. A woman coughing, often leaning on the sides of buildings, occasionally even gargling and letting loose something that a cross between a loogie and yesterday's dinner. Brayer, I should. What do they say?
So they see, a young woman, long black hair, very kind of gaunt, sunken eyes, wearing a long black sleeve shirt, a pair of shorts, black tights under the shorts, and a pair of black Chelsea boots. Her hair is kind of like unkept, but not too bad. She's probably like leaning against a building, kind of like hunched over. at this very moment.
You feel your stomach kind of ingest and expand for a second before letting loose something out of your mouth as you vomit onto the town square. It's been like that for a while. Been getting worse though. Every day seems to feel a little bit like the clock is slowly running out, doesn't it? You feel something moving under your shirt, right above your waist, like left hip. And you peel it back, and you see a wound that you must have gotten in the past couple of days or so, beginning to fester a little bit. And you kind of reach your hand and you slowly pull off a little carrier that had joined on. Plump maggot that had been eating away for perhaps longer than would have liked. You don't feel much anymore. Hi, Brother Morrison, Brother Walsh. You see this figure, this decrepit wretch, walk into the square. How do you feel?
Oh, how unfortunate. That poor soul must need assistance. And I will look at, Jamie, Brother Jamie. Brother Jamie, please go assist that poor soul.
At once, Brother Rhys.
See if they need medical attention.
And he kind of stomps away, going towards Tanner. Eyes narrowing, kind of arms to the side, taller individual, taller than Rhys. A little bit on the heftier side. Kind of looks at you, a mop of black hair. Poor unfortunate soul. Please.
What, are you gonna sing me a song?
No, I would love to take you to somewhere to get medical attention. Seems you have a wound.
I'm fine. You're making such a fuss, and she's gonna throw the maggot on the ground and step on it.
Is that an act of almost like you're trying to intimidate them?
Yeah, sure. I think she wants to be left alone is mostly what she's trying to portray.
I think that you should give us the first roll of the evening then. Why don't you roll to shut down G? People at home, this is a 2d6 roll plus Tanner's cold stat.
That's a 4.
Jamie looks and begins almost gagging a little bit as he takes a handkerchief out and goes, I only came here to assist you, but it looks now that you are cursed beyond saving even. And he kind of scoffs and he puts his nose up. You are...
Can I hear this conversation?
You can.
I'm going to turn and start walking over.
And as the camera kind of shifts around, we see the last of our cast starting to enter. But Ollie doesn't walk simply into town square, does she?
No. She's kind of walking with purpose and looking around a good bit, trying to keep an eye out for certain people that she's keeping her eye on.
Yes. Well, you see come through and you see Rhys walking over to Jamie. You know who Rhys is. Everyone knows who Rhys is. He's quite the talk of the town these days. Well, I mean, you are new to... But even you heard mantra.
Mm-hmm. I am going to try and just appear like I'm just looking around, enjoying the area, but trying to get somewhat closer to Rhys. Just trying to be like within earshot of whatever he's doing, not like going up to him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this conversation's happening quite in like the openness of town, so I feel like you'd
Yeah.
easily overhear.
Okay.
Hi, brother Rhys. Please do not waste your time on wretched souls like this.
Brother Jamie, not at all. I'm sorry. Are you all right?
Fine, actually. Just, normal sickness over here.
Well, please, if you need any assistance, don't hesitate to walk over to our booth and get help from any of our brothers or sisters who is working today. I'm sure they would be happy to make sure you get anything you need.
Oh, I'm sure they would. Thanks, Rhys.
Of course, of course. Brother Jamie, please don't be rude to any of the fine people of this town. Everyone here is deserving of our love. And I'm just going to turn and walk away.
Very well. Of course, brother Reed. And he turns up his... gives you one last stake. You can swear, Tanner. You can hear him mutter, "Bitch," under his breath as he walks away. Mr. Walsh, you saw this happening, standing off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about all of this?
I'm concerned that somebody is throwing up in the town square. It's much too early to be doing that, especially somebody that seems so like they need help, but to not even try to make them get help, because that's not unseemly. But I mean, I trust Brother Rhys to take, to handle everything with the best intentions. And so Andy is going to seem a little bit worried, but he's going to push those feelings down. Those are not great feelings, so he's going to push them down.
And kind of at this point, you kind of looking, Sylvester, one of bodyguard, or whatever you want to call them, looks over. Brother Walsh. Wandering eyes keep distracted from work. How are we to grow our numbers if you don't keep at your tip-top shape?
Well, Brother Sylvester, I believe that a lot of my work's already been taken care of, and, well, I was merely just surveying the scene, seeing if anybody needed any help, and it seems that somebody does need help, somebody that could really take our love and light, but it seems that wasn't what's taken care of.
Sylvester puts the hand, shoulder, kind of coming around you, almost like taking you under.
Mm-hmm.
It's... Yes, Brother Rhys did always like his pet projects. But someone like that, I must agree with Jamie, that's not someone we want mantra. But what about her? And he kind of like guides your hand, putting a hand on yours, moving it to point towards Ollie. Now, that is a lost soul. That is worth saving.
I will take your guidance to heart, Brother Sylvester. Thank you.
Do I see them pointing at me?
Yeah, you could definitely. You don't hear their words, but you can see them kind of gesturing over to you.
I'm going to lock eyes as best as I can with Walsh. Just
Walsh,
Yes.
this person feels like a stranger to you, but in a way that's like you see the same face 1,000 times each day. It's almost comforting, but you're not sure why.
Andy is going to adjust a little bit and is going to stride over confidently and stick out a hand and go, "Pleasure to meet you. My name's Andy."
Hi. And I'm going to very cautiously shake his hand, maybe a little too long, and just, "Hi, I'm Holly."
"Oh, Holly. Nice to meet you, Holly. Welcome to Wickerton. Is it your first time here?"
No, I just got back. I was gone for a while.
"Oh, like a trip? Were you
Yeah,
gone for
you
school?"
look really familiar. Are you sure we haven't met before?
I don't know. Maybe it's one of those feelings of deja vu, what they see. Like you feel like you've met someone before, and you meet them 1,000 times in your life.
Yeah, maybe so.
Well, what brings you to the town square? Are you here for the festival?
Yeah, I was just kind of out taking a walk, and I saw the festival, so I just figured I'd come over.
Oh, well, thank you for stopping by. It's such a wonderful time that we're having here, and I think it could be a lot of fun. Especially, what a perfect day for you to come back to town. We have plenty of food and drinks available, as well as there are different games, different booths as well, and a lot of things learning about mantra as well. And he pulls out a chick track that's a little bit cooler than a chick track. It's not like an old school chick track, but it's like a youth group kind of pamphlet, and hands over the pamphlet over and stuff like that. And like, this will tell you everything that you need to know about the festival, as well as if you want to stop by the Mantra headquarters or later.
I'll look around and give that a shot. Thanks for the reading material.
Oh, there's not a lot of reading material in there too. I was already talking to Brother Rhys about it and saying that, like, when you put more words and images, then you tend to lose people. So I was thinking it'd be really good to have like a lot of images that really show what we're about and everything. The festival, of course. Mantra's just an added bonus.
And Mantra is...
Oh, Mantra is a wonderful organization that I'm a part of. They've done a lot to really help me, and they're continuing to do a lot to help me. I'm fast pass on my studies. I'm learning a lot about how to grow up and really give back to the world, and really connecting with my inner self and what's been detached by my inner self.
Oh no, sorry. I don't I don't need
Oh,
yeah,
no, it's
no.
nothing like that. No. There's nothing psychotropic about it at all. And also, if you're not cool on religion, it's fine. It's not like, and he looks around, it's not like Mormonism or Scientology or anything like that. Like,
Okay. It looks like it a little bit.
oh, is it the blue shirt?
It's a little dressed up for a festival.
Well, I'm going to there we go. And you see him unroll his sleeves a little bit. And he goes, "How about that? Is that a little bit dressed down now?"
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for talking with me, Holly. It has been a blessing to get to know you, and I hope to see you around.
Yeah, I hope to see you around too.
Holly, you can tell, as Walsh rolls up his sleeve, he stops precisely kind of at this point right here. And while a normal person would not be able to see this, you are far from normal. As you kind of look and you can detect, even smell, the hint of scarring just underneath his sleeve.
I am going to, as he walks off, I'm going to look at the pamphlet, and what do I see in there?
The pamphlet, it's bright, it's flashy, it's mantra. It talks about more of it being a movement, a philosophy, rather than a religion. And it swears and it swears by itself, and also it's definitely not a cult. It's
So
a way
it's
of life.
definitely a cult.
Well,
Okay.
the non-believers would say that, but 15 different separate investigations have all found that mantra is far from a cult, in your usual nefarious dealings, anyway.
I'm going to fold up the pamphlet and shove it into my pocket. And I'm going to look around real quick. Where do I see Rhys?
Standing over by the mantra booth, watching you.
Okay.
And watching Brother Walsh walk back over to him.
I'm going to take the pamphlet back out once Walsh is far enough away, since now I am aware I'm being watched. And I'm going to just hold up the pamphlet at the booth, just kind of like hey, and I'm going to faux read it for a while.
When Brother Walsh returns over to the table, I will say, that seemed like an excellent interaction with a potential new sister. Brother Walsh, how did it go?
Oh, it went splendid, I would say, Brother Rhys, just splendid. I think I really made a connection. She seemed to recognize me from before, but I don't know, it's strange. I've never seen her around before. It's kind of foggy. Anyways, I think that she's going to be around for a while, and I think she would be a wonderful addition.
Excellent.
She has that look about her.
Excellent. Well, hopefully she's more interested, and we'll get a chance to talk to her more later. I like the adjustment to your attire. It is warm out here today, isn't it?
It is. It's quite warm, but sometimes you have to roll your sleeves up to get work done.
Exactly. That's what I try to tell these folks. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to continue on with some business, but you are doing an excellent job here. Please don't let me get in your way.
Oh, of course, you never would. Thank you for your guiding presence, always. He's gonna.
Tanner, you're kind of left to your own devices, but ever since that reaction, the smell off everyone has just gotten more and more intense. And you haven't had food in a couple days, and this festival lined with all its delicious treats and showings and stands and whatnot, it just seems like the perfect place to gorge yourself. Although you weren't able to at home because your sister Kiva wouldn't. Oh, she would never understand. But you're a growing girl.
Yeah, I think Tanner would have kind of watched where the members of Mantra went after the interaction with her. Maybe would have seen the interaction with Holly and Andy, but she wasn't gonna walk up or anything. But yeah, I think maybe after watching that interaction, she might go over and say hi to Holly. And just be like, hey, you
Hi.
looking for some friends?
Not usually.
Yeah,
sorry, no offense. Sorry, that came out wrong.
No, it's
Hi,
fine.
I'm Holly.
I'm Tanner. It's nice to meet you. I saw the guys from Mantra talking to you.
Yeah, what is the deal with that?
They're definitely off. It definitely feels spooky.
Okay, so that's not just a me thing.
That's not just a you thing. If you're like not
Okay.
in, you don't get it. It's very
Yeah,
normal.
I kind of I've been out of town for a while and like I just got back and this is my first real like hangout since I got back and that was definitely a weird vibe.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, welcome back. I mean, mantra is, I guess, like the big thing. But yeah, they give most people a weird vibe if you're not
Okay.
down with it. Um, always
Um,
kind of feels a little bit like they're trying to sell you something.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know what they're trying to sell. They gave me a pamphlet.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh.
Well, since you're new in town, do you want to walk around the festival?
Sure. That sounds fun.
I mean, I don't have to work a booth because I don't wear a blue shirt. So we can definitely go hang out and walk around the festival.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Cool.
As Tanner and Holly sort of take off, leaving behind the mantra.
Tanner would also turn around and make a face at Jamie and like pull her eye down and stick her tongue out.
As you pull your eye down,
Oh no.
and you kind of feel for a second, your eye seems to lose its place for a minute, drooping down alongside with it, as it freely leaves the socket. And kind of as you let go of your skin sags there for a moment as well. It doesn't spring back like a normal person's would. It sort of just relaxes back like a sponge.
Holly's not paying attention at all.
And you feel yourself having to stick one of your grubby fingers, kind of dirt and other material caked underneath your nails, against your eye to just pop it back in place. And only Jamie will kind of notice that where your tongue connects to the rest of your mouth, there is festers and sores that are oozing some sort of bacteria and plaque-like substance. Talk about a bad morning breath. Rhys. Sister Van Straten comes over to you.
Sister?
Eyeing the two Tanner and Holly.
Sister.
And she kind of leans and whispers, Brother Rhys, should I? Do you want me to follow them?
Oh, no, not at all. This is the time for celebration. We don't need to be suspicious of anyone. I think everything is going to go splendidly. Don't worry about it.
Your grandfather has all the preparations for the Festival of Rejuvenation?
Of course. It's going to go great.
Yes, of course. And you, Brother Morrison, everything of yours has been taken care of?
Well, of course. I am simply looking forward to the festivities.
She kind of nods but leans a bit closer. Because you know, Brother Rhys, I'm always willing to help you out with whatever you need.
Of course. Thank you, sister.
And she kind of leans back and turns. And you can see Sylvester come around and give a tug on the kind of shirt cuff of Sister Van Straten. Come along, Rebecca. Do not bother Rhys any longer. And Jamie seems to have slinked off somewhere for the time.
Excellent.
Mr. Walsh, or Brother Walsh. Something about that interaction with Holly. You know, it felt familiar, but as you think about it more, it feels almost liberating. Like, you want to speak your mind, but you can only do so maybe in front of her. But you know what they say, you know? Loose lips sink ships.
I'm going to dwell on that and think on that a little bit and really take that to heart. And also the interaction that I saw happen with Tanner and Jamie has really got me, I don't know, a little suspicious about what Jamie's intentions and everything, and if he actually tried hard enough. So I'm going to make my way opposite of where Tanner and Holly walked off, and I'm going to enjoy the festival myself, but I'm going to make it so that we interact with each other. Like we're going around different sides, and then we come face to face again. And I think maybe I could potentially make a connection with Tanner.
And as you kind of meet at the one of the flower stalls, where Tanner, you see your sister, Kiva. She's taken the past week or so to making dozens and dozens of crowns, of flower crowns for the children and whatnot, and kind of plugging her flower business that she grows in the garden out back. The harvest the past couple of weeks has been amazing. Must be something in the fertilizer. You're not sure. But you, as kind of like Kiva looks towards you, Tanner, and then looks towards Holly. Oh, Tanner, you're out and about, and looks like you made a friend even. Shocking.
Hi, Kiva. This is Holly. She's new to town. Holly, this is my sister Kiva.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
Holly. MacKenzie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Tanner, this is not a new person. This is an old friend. You know, you two used to go to grade school together. I don't know if you remember, like really early on, but
I look really different since I moved away. I wasn't going to hold it against you.
yeah, you've changed your hair and you've grown up. Obviously, last time I saw you, you were just a little girl.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. I thought you looked familiar, and then I thought that was just one of those things that I had imagined. Okay, cool. I mean, that makes a little more sense. Wow. It's really been such a long time. Yeah,
I still can't ride a bike.
That's okay. I kind of stay away from them now, too. They're dangerous.
So you're showing...
Never know when you're going to pop your arm out.
Oh, you haven't been back for a while. Oh, the town's changed a lot, to be honest. And she kind of rifles.
Tiana was telling me.
Mm-hmm, she rifles through and she produces a flower crown and she hands it to you. Here, take one in the house. Come on, you come back. It's the festival. It's the biggest party of the year.
Okay. I'm gonna put on the flower crown.
Oh, you look like the belle of the ball.
Oh, you're really nice. Just 1 second. I'm going to take out my cell phone and I am going to text the person that I used to text with that stopped texting me. And I'm just going to text real quick and say, just seeing if I can get a message through. I'm going to send, "Are you having fun at the festival?" Let's see what happens.
So the question really is, Walsh, do you have the same number as you used to?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I wouldn't change it because one of the many tenets of mantra is to be able to look at your past self and your past life and understanding the problems with it, but never falling on those temptations. So yeah, I've had the same number, but if there's anybody that was a problem element in my life, then I would just look at the message and be able to, go about my day.
Yeah. And, you've never given your phone over to anyone, so it's never changed. It's not like someone else might have it. You feel a rumble in your pocket. It's the vibrate. It's loud enough that anyone around you could hear it, and lo and behold, Holly, you do hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you enjoying the festival?
The number's been...
Probably more important would be, am I still saved in his phone?
Oh, you're not.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm going to send back, I am, but who is this?
Holly, do you have what kind of ringtone do you have? Where is it on silent or?
Oh, it's always on silent. I'm going to see the message and just kind of put my phone back in my pocket. Sorry, I was just checking in with somebody.
Oh, no problem. I'm sure you have a lot of people you can just see. Did you... I'm guessing you're staying with your uncle?
Yeah. I'm staying with him till I find a place of my own.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure everything will be set up. I mean, worst comes to worst, if you really want to, Mantra always has housing.
I think I'm good. I'm gonna take a look around at like the apartment complexes, because I'm sure some of them are not that great anymore, like they were when we were younger. So I just want to take a few more weeks to just like figure out like the neighborhoods again. It's been a while.
No, I totally get it. Well, keep that crown. That'll just be my paying as thank you for dealing with Tanner.
Oh, it's not a dealing with at all, and thank you. It's very cute.
MC,
yes.
Did I hear that of like the mantra, like dorms are open to those that need a place to stay and everything like that?
Yes. I mean, you're on the same stall, maybe within the crowd, but...
Perfect. I'm gonna like poke around. There's like some roses and be like, "Oh, wow. Sorry, funny to bump into you again." Yeah.
I mean, it's a small town square.
It is. It's about like 100 square feet, I'm pretty sure. But I couldn't help but overhearing. I'm sorry, I've got ears like a hawk or like a wolf, I guess you could say. And I was just, I couldn't help but overhearing that you were looking for a place to stay and everything like that. And I know.
No. I have a place to stay. It's just since I'm moving back to town, I'm just kind of like looking around at the different apartment complexes, and just kind of figuring out like, what the apartment, I guess you could say market is now. But no, I have a place to stay. I'm totally fine.
Well, one of the fellow brothers with Mantra, Rhys, is actually he's been studying real estate and everything like that. He's got a real eye for it. He's been helping Father Morrison find different places around town, trying to renovate new places, kind of really elevating everything in town. And so he would probably know any place that was like not too expensive, relatively inexpensive, but it's also not, in an area where you might be in any danger or anything like that. But of course it's Wickerton, so there's not really any danger areas, but Yeah,
it's just more like, what's been upkept well. If he knows, that would be a huge help. If you don't mind.
Yeah, I can take you to introduce him right now. I'm sure he wouldn't mind at all.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. And he's going to look to Tanner and extend a hand and smile.
I'm Tanner.
Oh, Tanner, nice to meet you. My name is Andy. You don't have to call me Brother Walsh or Brother Andy or anything like that. I know that can be a lot, and sometimes it feels pretty good to just be called Andy.
I have a question. real quick, Andy, when you said you guys weren't like a religious thing, but you just said that you're called Brother Walsh and there's a Father Morrison. What's that about?
Oh, that's like, okay, so I didn't have the best growing up life, and a lot of people that are part of Mantra didn't have a great growing up life either. We grew up either in a home that was devoid of a mother or a father. We didn't have a figure that really resembled that, or we didn't have any siblings. Some of us didn't have anything at all. So when we came, it's kind of like a familiarity term a little bit. It's not very formal or anything at all. You don't really have to call anybody like that. It's just something that we kind of picked up.
Okay. Sorry, Tanner, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was curious.
No, not a big deal. Totally get it.
Miss Brother Walsh, you notice, Andy, that despite you extending your hand, Tanner doesn't shake it, but seems a little bit more reserved instead.
He immediately understands and just does like a familiar, just like a, I'm very respectful of people's personal boundaries. I understand.
Thanks,
Well,
I appreciate it.
yeah, of course, Tanner. It's a pleasure to meet you. And I just want to say, I really want to apologize for Jamie earlier. He can be a bit of a dick sometimes.
Yeah, he's pretty rude for coming to check on someone who was like puking. But you know, it's just a condition.
Yeah, you hear her, Kiva say, yeah, she's had been a bit of that sickness. That's all.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Well, if you need anything, I'm sure that somebody could give you like a Pepto-Bismol or anything like that. Anything that you need, something to help settle your stomach. We do have some ginger ale at one of the food stalls. That might help.
Ooh, I do love ginger ale. Is it fresh, like homemade?
Yeah, actually. One of the members actually has gotten a like an industrial size like soda riser or something like they're called. I don't know, but like just able to like make his own soda, which is actually pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I don't know how soda is made. So that makes sense.
I don't know. I'm not a soda scientist.
Never mind.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to interject. Brother Walsh.
Yes.
Are you perhaps flirting with Tanner?
Oh, yes. I would say a little bit.
Can you, I think that's a lovely time. I mean, I think a little bit for the faithful is a lot for them. So I'm going to say roll 2d6 plus hot, please.
I can definitely do that. A little bit goes a long way. That's what Father Morrison always says.
Despite his somewhat disturbing and unhinged smile, Tanner, there's a little bit of some sort of charm behind it.
So, by the skin of my teeth, I rolled a 5, but I have a +2 to my hot, so a 7.
A 7? Ah, yes. So on a 7 and 9, Tanner, you can choose either to give Andy a string or choose one of the reactions. I don't know if you want to do that first one, but I mean, it's Monsterhearts, so anything can happen. But you have those 3 options, or a string.
You know what? I'll give him a string.
Perfect.
Yes, perfect. And Holly, as you were saying?
Oh no, she was going to interject how soda was made and then felt self-conscious.
Do you know how soda's made?
Oh no, I have one of the things that makes the soda. You have to use a CO2 cartridge and it makes the bubbles. It's a carbon process.
You know, I legitimately probably would have never figured that out, even with like being around one, because I'm just not wired like that. But that's actually pretty cool that you know that.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's definitely cool. I mean, I like science.
Oh, really? Well, look, you probably don't want to come hang around, but Montra's got a pretty cool science center. It's got labs and stuff. We've even got a 3D printer, things of that nature. If you ever want to come around, that's of course. It's up
You
to
guys
you.
have a 3D printer?
Oh
The
yeah.
library doesn't even have one.
You have
Well,
like a maker space?
yeah, the whole 9 yards, everything.
Huh. That's cool, I guess.
We actually have one of the brothers is actually very much into Dungeons and Dragons, and so he, well, don't tell Rhys this, but he uses it to make miniatures.
Very cool. I will not repeat that to literally anyone.
Yeah, I'll keep
Perfect.
that one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, where is Rhys right now?
Rhys is at the mantra table, but retroactively, after Brother Walsh walked away, I would like to gaze into the abyss about him.
Ah. Are you perhaps activating one of your moves?
I am.
For the sake, because this is a new playbook that we are promoting and a new setting, would you read the move that you are using?
I will. I'm using 1,000 eyes. When I gaze into the abyss about someone, I can see their whereabouts in real time through one of the many heads of the Hydra. On a 10 plus, I can see and hear them clear as day, but on a 7 to 9, I still get it, but it's a little hazy.
Go ahead and roll 2d6 plus dark, please.
And that would be an 11.
Amazing. So this is a fairly easy trick for you to do. I mean, because as you know, Andy Walsh is a head.
Mm-hmm.
One of your many heads. And in doing so, how does it look to a bystander? Is it very covert or?
Yeah, so Rhys would just be standing behind the table while probably Sylvester is actively engaging with anyone who comes up, and he would just be kind of daydreaming, looking off into the middle distance, lost in thought.
And as you kind of focus, your vision starts to give way and you start to readjust, like you're focusing a camera on a new subject. And all of a sudden, it's like watching a TV screen. And you're in the head of Andy. You can see where his eyes dart. You can listen to the sounds that he makes, as well as the conversations of that he has with Holly and Tanner as they talk about soda, and you see him mention the makerspace being used to produce miniatures. A task that maybe...
I already knew about that.
Of course you did, but how would you... your grandfather might put a stop to something like that, but, it's time to get with the times.
Exactly. My grandfather needs to understand that you have to allow people the simple pleasures in life in order to truly capture their hearts.
And in essence, that's your own mantra.
Maybe a little. So yeah, mostly through all of that scene, I'm just going to be eavesdropping.
And you're so in tune with Andy that you can, that you hear everything clear as day, that you see everything as crystal clear. You can even feel little surface thoughts of his emotions.
I'll make a note of the flirting. And perhaps discuss that with him later.
You also notice whenever he lays eyes on Holly, that his brain activity seems to spike a bit.
I figured. Make a note.
Andy, Holly, and Tanner. Do you keep having the conversation? Do you go off anywhere? Do you go separate ways? What do you do from Kiva's flower stand?
Now that I can tell that they're flirting, I'm going to go over to the table where Rhys is.
Okay. Rhys, does Holly kind of catch you off guard a bit, or?
No, I'm still spatially aware of things. And once Holly leaves the group of the three of them and starts approaching me, I will break kind of the gaze I have into Andy's head, and I'll pull out my own phone, and in the amount of time it would take Holly to kind of traverse the square, I'm going to flip over to all of the cloned phones I have in mine, jump over to Andy's and make a note of the text conversation that he had, and save her phone number into my phone.
Excellent. Very easy.
And I'll just be going through my phone when she approaches.
Hi, excuse me.
Yes.
Holly.
I didn't catch your name.
It's
Miss
Holly.
How can I help you?
I was talking with Andy, and since I moved back to town, I'm trying to get a mind for what the real estate situation is here, just because it's been a while, and he said you could be a good resource on that. So he's busy talking, so I figured I would just come and just ask what are some of the good apartment complexes and things like.
Oh, absolutely. Here.
I just need a 1-bedroom.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Here. And he kind of looks around and just kind of motions for you to follow and steps away from the crowds of people.
Okay. And she's going to follow him.
You kind of go off into a little side area. Kind of even without asking, the other members of Mantra, the nameless NPCs that are there, as you kind of indicate that you want to talk in private, they turn their ears and their eyes away and almost form like a little buffer between the rest of the crowd and your conversation.
So a 1-bedroom, you said?
Yeah, just something small. I don't need anything too crazy. I just do tech support online.
Oh, certainly. So, I mean, obviously any resources I have, I don't know if Brother Walsh told you, I actually have been dabbling in real estate recently myself. So
That's why he said to talk to you.
Any resources I have are actually back at home at Mantra. So if you want something more thorough, I would say if you wanted to stop by later, I could go through a lot more material. But offhand, I do know that Woodland Estates probably has openings that might fit your needs. And
okay.
Sunridge. So Sunridge is closer to the center of town if you want to be able to get around more easily.
I'll look both of those up. Yeah, sure. I'd love to come by.
We would love to have you. We have community dinners if you are hungry. They're open to everyone.
That's fine. I cook for myself. I've got kind of a bunch of dietary restrictions, so I can handle that. But I'll just stop by and ask about any other real estate that you know about.
Absolutely. Whenever you want, if you just stop by at the main complex, let them know that I invited you. If I am available, they will find me. If not, they'll tell you when you can come back.
Complex?
Oh, we have a series of buildings.
Oh. Okay.
It's kind of like a campus.
Okay. I think the more I hear about you all, I think the more I'm getting confused.
But do you have any questions?
I don't know how to ask what I don't know about.
Oh, well, it's kind of a combination of a learning center and a community. So, we provide housing for families and individuals in need. We do adult and children's education. Outside of normal schooling, we encourage people to still attend public schools, of course. They're fantastic for learning about, socializing and things like that. But also, I don't know if Brother Walsh has mentioned it, but we do more life skills, learning how to garden and We have a maker space where people can learn carpentry and things like that.
I'm not gonna lie, this all sounds a little Waco for me.
Oh, yeah. We get that a lot. We're not really a religious organization.
You say brother and father a lot.
Well, so my father actually runs it, so that's why I say father. But
you call your father?
Yeah.
Like,
just
okay.
father.
I just call mine dad. All right.
He's a little formal.
Okay.
But yeah, no. And because a lot of our members come from broken homes, to put it bluntly. It provides a little bit of a family atmosphere for them. It's not mandatory, but it makes some people feel a lot more welcome and feel a lot more comfortable.
Okay. And what's your role in all of it?
I say we're not religious, but the closest equivalent I can probably come up with is similar to a youth pastor. Kind of lead the children side of things.
So you're like the Sunday school teacher.
Kind of. Without the religious part, yeah.
So then what do you do for the kids?
Watch. We offer daycare essentially for the younger children, and for the older kids, around my age. It's more group activities, continuing education, things you don't learn in school, like how to do your taxes, things like that.
Yeah, I wish they had covered that in school. Found that out the hard way. Yeah. Yeah, maybe Andy looks really familiar, and I don't want to be like that rude person that's like, I know you, but I don't know you. Like, do you guys do more around the city, or like, is Andy originally from here?
Yes, of course. Andy is from here. A lot of us are from here originally.
I must have gone to school with him or something.
You might have. I don't like talking about people's personal lives, but you may have been friends at one point. Andy had a concussion sometime last year. And
maybe I had one because I couldn't remember him all that well either.
That I couldn't speak to, but he does have some memory loss because of it. So you may have been friends, and we're still working to help him recover some of those lost memories. He's in therapy.
Okay. I hear you're not supposed to like push it because that could be really damaging.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'll come by maybe tomorrow or day after. It's festival day.
Yeah, no. Whenever you feel comfortable to do so, I'm usually, if I'm not doing things around town and helping out where I can, I'm usually there.
Okay. Thanks. And I am going to walk away.
And when she turns away from me, I will subtly nod to anyone near us to let her leave.
And like an automatic door at Walmart, they part as soon as you step within a certain distance of them, and they kind of give you smiling faces, and one even calls out to you and goes, "Have a great day."
You too.
Yes, and Holly, you could feel your blood starting to boil a little bit, right? It's getting a little tough.
Yeah. I need to go and at least get away from the town center.
Do you go off just into like a random street that's not as busy? You duck it off into an alley, or are you trying to get even outside of town?
I'm going to, for now, duck into an alley.
And as you do so, even the alleys in Wickerton don't smell as bad as they did back home. You can there's not like a smell of piss that's coating everywhere. It's fairly clean. There's even a few flowers that have been put out for the festival on someone's kind of like some of the shop side streets.
Mm-hmm.
And you duck in, and there doesn't seem to be a soul around. Most of them are congealing at the town square, getting ready, enjoying the festival, as it were, the pre-festival.
Okay. Once I'm out of sight, the scratching is gonna start getting deeper
Yeah,
and trying to hide it under my shirt.
And you feel your nails start to dig into your skin even more so, almost as they kind of elongate without you realizing, until they're, catching that top layer underneath, and you can feel it's kind of sinking in, and you almost begin to rip down underneath down past your collarbone, almost like clay being removed off a pedestal of some sort, and revealing this wet, sickly red as crimson starts to slowly fade out from the wound, digging your nails deeper and deeper into yourself. Is it slow, or do you go fast?
Slow, trying to be trying to not rip but cause more pain with deep, slow scratches.
You keep the damage area to a minimum, but it hurts all that more. With every wince of pain, with every stinging, you can feel the blood and the little bits of ripped skin kind of collecting onto your nails, and each kind of throb of the wound seems to give you more control back, until you're breathing heavily, and you bring your hand away, and you see that's been stained partially red.
I'm just gonna wipe it off underneath my shirt as best I can. It's kind of...
Yeah, it doesn't take long before you can see, well, maybe not see, feel the effect of the wound slowly knitting itself back together. Your more primal ancestral DNA at work here. It's gross, and it always tends to leave a little bit of a scar, but scars are easy to hide. You've had training with that since you were younger, didn't you? But you're back in control. And with it, you have a little bit more understanding of this town, of Mantra. How do you feel about Mantra?
Right now, I hate them.
Hate's a really strong word, strong emotion. What would you like to do to Mantra?
I want to find out what happened, and then I want to set Rhys on fire.
The image dances in your head a little bit as you imagine what that coy smile of his would look like if it were bubbling with heat, if skin were charring away with the flames. And we're gonna...
I want to eat his charred flesh.
Oh, you could taste it now. It would taste so good. The sinews and the cuts of meat. They don't really tell you until you kind of get this power how easily a person is butchered. How each part of their body tastes just a different way. It's a knowledge that you're beginning to be a little more intimate with. And with that thought on everyone's head, and maybe to those who are deciding what to eat for dinner next, I think this is a good place to call a brief 5-minute remission. Everyone, fill your snacks up, go to the bathroom, maybe calm down just a little bit, and join us for when we return with Mantra. One second.
Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 80 in the queue. Please hold. While you wait, why not consider a light reading or guided meditation? Close your eyes and listen carefully. Imagine you're standing on a beach, water gently lapping at your feet. But now you're sinking. What were you thinking? That's all the time we have this week. Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 77 in the queue. Please hold. Here at Mantra, meditation is a big part of our daily healing. It's better than sitting around doing nothing. You are currently number 36 in the queue. Please hold. Not vibrating like you ought to be? Need a purpose? Tired of surfing through existential misery? Join Mantra today. Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 25 in the queue. Please hold. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but do you really want to think all by yourself now? All I'm asking for is a little bit of faith. You know it's easy to believe. You are currently number 10 in the queue. Please hold. How spiritual are you? If you can live without caffeine, if you can be cheerful, ignoring aches and pains, if you can resist complaining, if you can understand when your loved ones are too busy to give you any time, if you can take criticism and blame without resentment, if you can ignore a friend's limited education and never correct him or her, if you can resist treating a rich friend better than a poor friend, if you can face the world without lies and deceit, if you can conquer tension without medical help, if you can relax without liquor, if you can sleep without the aid of drugs, if you can honestly say that deep in your heart you have no prejudice against creed, color, religion, gender preference, or politics, congratulations. You have reached the same level of spiritual development as a chinchilla. Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 4 in the queue. Please hold. With recruits as young as 5, perhaps a career in our forces is the right path for your children. Mantra Military allows us to protect our truth from the darkness of enemy belief systems. You are currently number 3 in the queue. Please hold.
Welcome to Mantra. Daniel speaking. Could I take your Earth name, please? And how can I share my knowledge with you today? Your journey with Mantra begins now, and I'm pleased to be able to share the beginning of your enlightenment with...
What? What? I need a second get over there.
Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 80 in the queue. Please hold. While you wait, why not consider a light reading or guided meditation? Close your eyes and listen carefully. Imagine you're standing on a beach, water gently lapping at your feet. But now you're sinking. What were you thinking? That's all the time we have this week. Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 77 in the queue. Please hold. Here at Mantra, meditation is a big part of our daily healing. It's better than sitting around doing nothing. You are currently number 36 in the queue. Please hold. Not vibrating like you ought to be? Need a purpose? Tired of surfing through existential misery? Join Mantra today. Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 25 in the queue. Please hold. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but do you really want to think all by yourself now? All I'm asking for is a little bit of faith. You know it's easy to believe. You are currently number 10 in the queue. Please hold. How spiritual are you? If you can live without caffeine, if you can be cheerful, ignoring aches and pains, if you can resist complaining, if you can understand when your loved ones are too busy to give you any time, if you can take criticism and blame without resentment, if you can ignore a friend's limited education and never correct him or her, If you can resist treating a rich friend better than a poor friend. If you can face the world without lies and deceit. If you can conquer tension without medical help. If you can relax without liquor. If you can sleep without the aid of drugs. If you can honestly say that deep in your heart, you have no prejudice against creed, color, religion, gender preference, or politics. Congratulations, you have reached the same level of spiritual development as a chinchilla. Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 4 in the queue. Please hold. With recruits as young as 5, perhaps a career in our forces is the right path for your children. Mantra Military allows us to protect our truth from the darkness of enemy belief systems. You are currently number 3 in the queue. Please hold.
Welcome to Mantra. Daniel speaking. Could I take your Earth name, please? And how can I share my knowledge with you today? Your journey with Mantra begins now, and I'm pleased to be able to share the beginning of your enlightenment with...
What? What? I need a second over there.
Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 80 in the queue.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mantra, a 2-part Monsterhearts story. We're glad that you've been waiting, meditating, and maybe just hanging out, centering yourself, maybe considering everything that's led you up to this point, and brought you to me, and to us.
To Mantra.
We'll be offering free collect calls to our Mantra Compound Center shortly after this, if you would like to inquire about more information.
It's not a compound, it's a campus. We return
back, setting the scene between Brother Walsh, or Andy, and Tanner. You've been left alone by Holly, who has gone off first to see Rhys and then to deal with her other commitments. What about you, Andy? What are you doing?
Andy's gonna look around and realize that they've been standing for a while, and is gonna go, do you mind if we walk around a bit? It's just if anybody sees me just standing idly by there, I'll be like, why aren't you working? And then I'll have to be like, why? It's gonna be awkward.
Yeah. We were gonna go check out Ginger Ale, right? We'll
Exactly.
do that. Kiva, I'll see you later.
Bye, Kiva.
Kiva waves. You two have fun. Remember the ceremonies later.
Can't forget.
Yeah.
Going to walk towards the drink stand or drink booth, drink cart. So Tanner, have you been living in Wickerton long?
Yeah, pretty much my whole life.
Oh wow. It's funny. I don't remember like seeing you around.
Okay. You probably, yeah, that's fine. I'm quiet.
Oh, that's fine. I'm a bit quiet now too. I used to be not so quiet. Apparently, I don't know. It's kind of fuzzy. I had a injury, and it's kind of
Okay.
messed with my head a bit. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
trying my best to recover when I can.
No, yeah. Injuries can be tough on people. Just like illness.
Yeah, of course. It's a shame that people don't really understand that though. Like it's just they just kind of like poke and prod you and try to push you. It's like sometimes just let me be who I am, you know? Just leave it be.
Yeah, sometimes I'm gonna throw up in the square. It happens, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People do that all the time, I think.
It's very normal.
Normally.
They definitely do. It's just like normally after hours when people are wasted.
Oh, well, yeah. I wouldn't know much about that. I'm not 21 yet, so.
I mean, me either. I just know what drunk people look like.
Yeah.
Tanner. This ginger ale tastes really good. The perfect thing for an upset stomach. And you can even begin to feel the bubbly and fizziness at work, but it's not really what you want. You're still pretty hungry. And you can feel the hives beginning to swell underneath your clothing. You can feel your muscles begin to undergo some sort of atrophy to them. Your bones, a little brittle even, as just the slightest touch might. Millions of pieces. Who smells, or what smells the best here?
I mean, what smells the best? It's the people.
Yeah, the people. It's Andy with the hint of ginger ale in his breath. It's Jamie who is secretly having a cigarette while no one's looking behind one of the stands all alone. You could smell the embers and the nicotine, an addicting quality for someone like him. You smell the stray cats wandering around the kind of town area. You smell the children playing Ring Around the Rosie. But something else smells a little more amazing, as you can feel yourself begin to even to salivate. You can smell fear. Fear mixed with blood and a little bit of self-abuse. Off in one of the side streets. It lingers in your mind and on the tip of your tongue. It tastes so good. If you could only have just one single bite.
I think if she does smell that fear, knowing that she is immensely hungry, she would do what she can to extricate herself from Andy. Maybe promise to catch up at a later time. And want to pursue that fear. Because there's nothing she can resist more than fear. Can't resist. I think I put a wrong word in there. That's fine.
You're hungry.
You're looking a bit peckish, Tanner. Can we get you anything?
Oh, I think I might a lot of people kind of make me a little, ugh. So I might take a little break. But you've actually been really nice. So maybe I'll try to find you later. But I might take a brief walk away just for a little bit to, get some fresh air.
Say no more. I completely understand. Personal space is important. And, it can be a bit overwhelming sometimes being in a crowd. Let me go ahead and give you my number if you want to link up later, or if you want to maybe go to the ceremony together. You can always reach me there.
Great. I'll definitely be in touch. Like I said, I'll probably be back in a little bit.
Of course, yeah. No, go do what you have to do. I'll be around.
And Tanner, that really anyone will do, or anything will do, except animals. You've gone through way too many rabbits and the neighbor's dog to know that doesn't really fill you as much anymore. Oh, don't give that face, Tanner. You know. It had it coming.
I wasn't proud of it.
It kept barking and barking and barking. It just wouldn't shut up.
But it was easy to scare.
It was. And the nice thing about Shih Tzus is that they go down in just 1 or 2 bites.
A little hairy, though, personally.
Oh. And that's where the vomiting comes later, unfortunately.
I can never figure out how to get rid of hairballs easy. But I do want to pursue that lovely smell of fear.
As you take off towards the scent of it, the smell of it, Holly, how long do you stay in that alleyway for?
Until I am fully calm and fully healed. And then I'm going to text my uncle and just say, hey, hanging out at the festival thing, what do you know about this group? And I'm just gonna like without saying their name, do a vague description. Like, there's some kind of campus group here. They're all wearing blue shirts. They're calling each other brother and whatnot. What's the deal with that?
You get a when someone texts very excited, like not excitedly, but like rapidly, it's like one line after the other, more so than a well-composed text. You get the message, "Be careful," from your Uncle Dexter. You get the second line going, "They've been involved with a lot of shady shit. Kids disappearing. A few people saying, like, some people say they're into hurting themselves. Other people say it's like a freaky sex cult. You can't do anything. Everyone knows they got the sheriff in their pocket."
And I'm gonna respond with, I think they have someone I care about. Don't wait up for me.
You get the reply, "Okay," and then you get "but." They're already fucked.
I'm gonna reply with, probably me too.
Remember, the lone wolf is the first to die.
Just gonna send back a little wolf emoji.
I have a question.
Yes, Rhys.
when Brother Walsh and Tanner were conversing over by the soda stand, was I able to see Tanner hurry off?
Oh yes, definitely, for sure.
When I do, I just kind of glance over at what's her name?
Rebecca?
Sister Van Straten, and I just kind of motion my head in that direction.
Yes, Brother Rhys. Of course. Three sets of foots go off into the side street of the alley as Holly leaves, coming face to face, maybe 20 feet away, with Tanner, who's just entered into the side street as well.
Oh,
Looking particularly haggard.
hey, you okay?
You smell so good, Tanner. You smell so good.
Yeah. Crowds really stress me out.
Yeah, me too. That was why I snuck back here. I kind of had a panic attack, but I'm good now. It's nice and quiet back there if you want to go have a little old meltdown.
Little bite to
Yeah.
eat.
That sounds great.
Tanner.
Tanner's not
Suck your
gonna.
fucking teeth
Tanner's not
right
gonna bite Holly.
I'm gonna.
to her flesh.
I'm gonna go talk to somebody, but take care, okay? Like, just you look like you could use a few calming breaths. Just remember, you gotta go in for 6 seconds,
bitch
out for
out.
7 seconds.
Thanks, Holly. Yeah, I'll find you later. Yeah, I'll definitely find you later because I'm gonna. Andy, I told Andy I'd try and find him later, so I'm sure I'll run into you too.
Yeah.
Oh, here's my number, and she'll give Holly her number real quick.
Holly's gonna type it in real quick and then rush off, like texting her, like, "This is Holly. Here's my number."
Cool. Yeah. I have to roll to keep my cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because,
I'm not gonna eat my friends. No. At least not yet. Okay. That's an 8.
You're hungry, and the voice in your head that's telling you to fucking eat her. Rip. Tear. Sinew. Muscles from bone. Bone from the body. All the shoulder pieces off in the most juiciest. And that's where the fresh wound is. But if you won't eat her, you have to eat something. And then you turn. And you catch the faint eye of someone watching you from around the corner. If you don't,
Is she in the alleyway?
Not in the alleyway, but she's if on one of the side streets, almost like she was following you. Because you rolled an 8 on keep your cool, your actions are going to leave you vulnerable. So if you're going to want to resist trying to eat Holly, you have to find something else to eat really, really quick, or it's going to get bad for everyone in this town.
Right. That's why I'm thinking I want to eat this pair of eyes that have followed me here. I don't take to being watched.
The person kind of looks. Do you get close to them?
I think she would take a step towards them, and then remembering that kind of Jamie was supposed to, help her earlier, she would like feign an injury.
And Rebecca,
she would feign an injury and be like, "Oh, ow, I think I hurt myself."
And Rebecca goes, "Oh, you poor thing! Please trust me. We have medical. We have medical tents at Mantra. we can help you. We can just go to the compound. And she kind of gets close to you, wraps an arm around you. She goes, come on, it'll be fine. Let me help you. Is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, I'm just feeling a little peckish. And she's, Tanner is, going to bite her. Right in the shoulder.
Roll to lash out physically.
Okay. That's volatile, right? Yeah. That's a 10.
Ooh. You deal them harm, they choke up. You kind of put your full body weight on her as you sink your rotten teeth into her wound, into kind of her shoulder. You feel teeth break skin and the rush of blood and flesh enter your mouth. You can feel one of your teeth break off as it even kind of cracks against her bone from how deep your bite is, retching in like a hyena with lockjaw. She screams, but kind of falls to the ground, and you're on top of her. You got her pinned, and your grip is... It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I might have accidentally broken some of her bones when I grabbed onto her.
Oh yeah, you feel as her kind of like wrists hit the ground, you can feel it separate and shatter as you fracture both her wrists, pinning her down. You can feel your jaw kind of disentend a bit and kind of protrude a little bit from your mouth. Sharpened your tongue. The sores and blisters kind of exploding on impact with her shoulder, secreting all sorts of liquids and pus. And she screams, she's like, why, stop, why are you doing this?
Nothing personal. I don't like being watched, and I'm feeling very hungry.
You sink into the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And like a predator, like a leopard eating a dying gazelle, you rip a chunk out of her. It's raw, it's bloody, and it's oh so juicy. You've stained your you've stained your shirt. The blood is kind of dripping down as you salivate, and you feel your kind of like trachea and your esophagus expand as it, you know, when a creature almost like an anaconda swallows something too big for itself. Oh, it's fucking messy. And then Rebecca's still got some fight in her as she reaches into her pocket, producing, even though one of her wrists is just a tangled, bloody mess at this point, and grabs a knife and just with precision sticking it into your neck. Take one harm. She thought it would disable you, but it doesn't, does it?
Can't kill what's already dead, sweetie.
How much do you eat?
I mean, I think Tanner definitely makes sure she satiates herself since she was so hungry and she knows that animals aren't doing it for her anymore. She definitely satiates herself. I think Rebecca is no more.
And you eat, and you eat, and you eat. The real question is, hey, Rhys, do you have a front row seat to all this?
I do.
How do you feel?
Amused.
Yeah. She deserved it, didn't she?
Not deserved it, but her sacrifice will not go unnoticed.
Because you
All right.
need to satiate the beast. You need to feed
true.
the herald. It's just in
You
the
do.
name of the festival.
Exactly.
But you give Rebecca her due respect,
Mm.
and you watch
She'll
her
be
sacrifice.
Her sacrifice will be remembered.
You watch every bit of it until the light starts to leave her eye, until she's nothing more than a partially stripped down carcass. Tanner, you feel so full.
Great.
And you feel great enough that your wounds begin to the sores begin to fade. Your eyes begin to and cheeks begin to give a little bit more light to it. Your body seems to reverse its rotting state to it. Enough that I'm going to let you clear the condition that you've had.
Oh, I'm no longer queasy?
You're no longer queasy or rotting.
Cool.
And you satiate your hunger, which triggers your move Satiate. What would you like to do?
Ooh.
Heal one
I'm
harm,
gonna-
mark experience, or take one forward?
Take a forward. I do have a harm. She did stab me.
Oh, she did.
I'll heal that harm. In case someone else tries to stab me. Better safe than sorry.
And as you look at the now disintenuous corpse of Rebecca Van Straten, the question is, she had a cute face. Did you leave that alone? I mean, it'd be a shame if her relatives never got to see that face one last time.
Yeah, I think it's largely untouched. There might be a small cut, but otherwise, pretty okay.
Okay. And you're just left with the kind of hollowed out eyes. And it almost looks like even though Rebecca's dead, she's still watching you.
I think Tanner would close the eyes.
MC,
Yes.
as Tanner finishes consuming Rebecca, I'd like to spend a string on Tanner.
Of course. What would you like to do?
I would like Tanner to inherit Rebecca's head of the Hydra condition.
Excellent. As you feel bits of Rebecca still entering your stomach and processing and you're digesting them, you feel a little bit more connected. A little bit more imbued. They call this a resonance sometimes. That when you eat someone, a prey, you often have flashbacks of them. And you maybe feel a little bit more in tune to what mantra is really about.
Maybe.
Andy was really convincing earlier.
And Andy is a fantastic spokesperson. He's going places.
Yeah, he is. Welcome to the family, Tanner. Welcome to the family. And I think we're going to cut really quick to Andy, who we haven't seen in quite a while.
I would note that probably after Tanner finishes eating, Tanner probably goes home and changes her clothes.
Mm-hmm. Do you hide the body or do you let it just sitting out there and fester?
I don't think she necessarily hides it, but she kind of like pulls it out of the main alley and kind of like sits, kind of like rests her against the wall.
I'm sorry, Tanner. I forgive me. I realized I wasn't actually asking you. I was asking Rhys. Does anyone find the body?
Someone does. And it will be carefully and quietly removed and taken back to Mantra.
Of course.
Dude.
The only thing that people will see is, wow, that police car is driving awfully really fast towards the compound.
There was an incident. It was all handled though.
Andy, what are you doing? You're having such a cheerful day.
Yeah, it's a wonderful day. Everything's nice outside. Everyone's having a great time. That ginger ale was great, but Tanner talking about being hungry or looking a little bit peckish has got me feeling a little bit peckish myself. So I think I'm just gonna go grab a pretzel and then see if I can spot either Holly or Rhys, because I know Holly was gonna go talk to Rhys, and so I'm gonna go find one of my fellow siblings.
I'll say that you find Rhys probably before Holly does.
Oh, Brother Rhys, pleasure to see you. Is everything going well? Everybody seems to be enjoying themselves.
Today is going perfectly, Brother Walsh. Thank you for checking in. I think, honestly, it's going better than I expected. Things are moving along very nicely for the festivities, and I think that the festival is going to go off without a hitch, exactly according to my plans.
Perfect. Well, I just got done speaking with, a little bit ago, I got done speaking with Tanner, and they seem to be a decent person, like a really good person to talk to,
Yeah, no, I think that both of our new friends, Tanner and what did she say her name was? You meet so many faces. Holly, yes, thank you. I think both of them would be wonderful new additions to Mantra.
I completely agree. I completely agree.
I feel like you've made a connection there. I would love for you to further that conversation. And Holly came and talked to me about looking for a place to stay, and I gave her some lovely suggestions. But I also invited her by the campus to see if there was more that I have there that she might be interested in. So hopefully she'll take us up on that, and maybe you can give her a tour.
Perfect. Yeah, of course. Would love to. Is there anything else I can do for you? I mean, anything at all. Yeah, I'm here for you.
At this time, Brother Walsh, I think I am all set. I'm feeling a little famished. I'm gonna get something to eat too.
You should definitely get you something to eat. A pretzel would be just perfect for you, or something else. Just want to let you know, anything you need, I'm your person.
And I'm just going to reach out and I'm going to put my hand on your shoulder. Thank you, Brother Walsh. I appreciate that.
Of course. Always happy to help.
And I'm gonna roll to turn him on.
Go ahead. You could also spend a string if you want to increase that, but that's up to you. All right.
Nah.
Fuck it.
Okay, that's a... Hold on. Math is not my strong suit. Hold on. I have -1 to that. So... Oh, that's still a 10.
You immediately gain a string on Brother Walsh. And Brother Walsh, choose a reaction.
I am going to promise something I think that Brother Rhys wants, and I'm going to gently touch his hand. I want to say, you can count on me, no matter what. And I'm going to lurk around, but without lurking, and just keeping an eye out for Holly. Just, enjoying myself, but, keeping an ever-watchful eye.
I'm going to partially trigger your sex move.
Oh, yes.
You're going to gain the condition tempted. Because Rhys wasn't totally explicit or about what he was trying to do, and you probably are not interpreting it as a signal. You're not going to take the string on him, but you are going to get the condition tempted.
Excellent. Okay. My head's getting buzzed. My head's getting fluffy.
Do you often think about Brother Rhys when you're alone?
Sometimes.
I mean, a man with such power?
It's hard not to.
Of course. Especially when he drug you out of the dumps like he did before.
Lifted me up. Lifted all of us up. And that's something to admire. And a little bit more.
And we're gonna cut as Holly enters the scene.
Okay. So did I see them talking?
Yes.
Okay. Did
Have I
I?
even walked away yet?
That's up to you if you walked away, or if Holly waits and do you wait till Rhys walks away, or are you like rushing to make sure you get there before?
I'm just wandering and trying to like look for Rhys to go talk to him.
Oh, well. Then you see me standing with Brother Walsh.
Walk up and just, hey!
Miss Holly, how are you doing?
Good. Sorry about earlier. Festivals are just kind of, it's a lot.
Crowds can be overwhelming, I understand.
Yeah, I was wondering if you wanted to talk about that real estate thing now, if you don't mind.
Certainly. Did you want to see more options? See maybe some of the paperwork I have on a few of them?
Yeah, we could go to your office. We don't have to bug everybody here.
Absolutely. Let me take care of a couple things here, and I can meet you there, or you can wait for me here.
I'll meet you there. Do you have the address I can put in my GPS?
I'd be more than happy to show you exactly where you need to go, Holly.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. You can just like point it out. I remember the roads and everything.
Well, Brother Walsh, you had some things you needed to take care of back at campus, yes?
Correct, yes. I have to go pick up some more of the decorations, and we have some pamphlets that are running low, so I have to restock those. So it's no bother at all.
Yeah, if you want to get a ride with Brother Walsh, I'll be there in probably half an hour at the most.
Tell you what, I'll drive you. It's fine.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, parking here can be really killer around the festival, so as long as I can keep my parking spot, that'd be great.
Yeah, exactly. You got work here to do, so I don't want to make you lose your spot.
You're just the nicest, Holly. You're just the nicest.
Thanks.
What did I say? I'll leave you two to it. I will meet you there. I'm so happy that I'll be able to help you. And like I said, I'll just take care of a few more things here and I'll meet you there.
Okay.
Thank you. And I'm going to extend my hand to you.
I am just going to dual hands wave and go, I'll see you there, and go ahead and start fishing for my car keys and like walking off and go, come on, Andy.
Okay, I'm coming. I'll see you later, Rhys.
Yes, you will.
Rhys, you watch them both leave as Andy and Holly get into the car and start taking off towards the monster compound. We're going to be doing our just last loop around, checking with everyone in before we call an end to our story for the day. Tanner, you immediately go home and get changed, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah, go right home, change out of those soiled clothes, put on a fresh outfit.
You look yourself in the mirror kind of while you're changing, and you notice that, you know, even though your body has begun to kind of realign itself, you still see the kind of shallow protrusions of your bones under your skin. You see the necrosis in areas, particularly around like the inner thigh going up to your rear and then up your back. You even see that your tongue, while mostly healed, still has scarring on it from where you can only assume someone tried to cut it out of your mouth. And then you begin to feel a bubbling in your stomach. Oh no. Here it comes
It's
again.
ginger ale.
As you rush to the toilet, and coming out of your mouth, it's like dry heaving. As you have to reach into your mouth and begin pulling strands of hair out, one by one. They never go down well. They never go down well. And you kind of like look yourself in the water and the reflection of the kind of the toilet water. And you think to yourself, you might have just stopped the clock, but you got to do something more permanent so that the clock can start going back the other way. And we'll switch over to Holly and Andy as they kind of drive.
So I think maybe you and I had a class together in school, but that was so long ago I can't even remember these days.
That could be it. I apologize if we do know each other or something. I don't mean to be awkward. I had
That's
a bit
okay,
of
I'm already awkward.
It's fine. I can be awkward too. Rhys says that I need to get out more and talk to people a bit more so I can get over it, and it'll help my condition a little bit more as well.
Your condition?
Yeah, I got in a bit of an accident. I'd say about a handful of months ago,
Oh, no.
and well, I kind of some things are foggy. It's a lot more short term and a little bit of long term stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm working through it. We're doing some therapy to get through and like, you know, kind of recover some things that might have been lost.
Well, that sucks. If you ever want to run flashcards or anything, just let me know. I know that that's got to be like really hard to deal with.
Yeah, but everyone's been really nice and understanding, especially people that I don't that I can't remember. But everybody's nice, and it's I don't know. It's nice meeting new faces.
Well, if we did know each other in school, it's probably better to forget school around here.
Yeah, I don't know. He won't tell me much because he says that it might send me over the edge. But Rhys has told me that I used to be quite a piece of work back in the day. So, you know, but I'm much better now. I've kind of really found who I am.
Well, that's good. Yeah, Rhys seems really nice, and I don't know, he's kind of cute.
Oh, Rhys is the best. He's always helpful. He's always around to lend an ear and everything like that. It's like he knows exactly when you're going through something rough. It's like he's got eyes everywhere, but not in like a creepy way or anything like that. It's just he kind of understands.
Yeah, he's like got that intuition kind of thing going on.
I guess you could say he's cute too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, pardon me, I'm sorry. This is so rude. And I'm going to pull out my phone, and I'm going to text the number that texted me, and I'm going to say, left the festival for a bit, but I'll be back soon. I'm sorry I don't remember you, but I would love to meet you. And I'm going to hit send.
Holly has GPS with 0 notification abilities on her phone, so that goes straight into the quiet box.
Left that boy on read.
She didn't even read it. That boy is left unread.
I, on the other hand, read it.
Rhys, you're just kind of relaxing back at the festival. Maybe drinking a ginger ale as well. They're all, you could tell, you could see all the Mantra members. They're bringing more and more stuff and supplies. The highlight of the Festival of Rejuvenation will actually take place within the inner sanctums of the compound. Or the campus itself. And
sorry.
Oh no. And as you can see, the amount of flowers and going on here, the pieces are just slowly falling into place. Right, Rhys?
Oh, everything is going perfectly to plan.
And Sylvester leans over, Brother Rhys, and he kind of has Jamie like held by the shoulder. Do you need us to do anything? Only last minute preparations?
Is that cigarette smoke I smell?
And Jamie kind of like, no, but you know, you're in his head already.
Brother Vasquez, I'm disappointed in you.
Please, it was just a, I'm sorry, Brother Rhys. It was a bad mistake.
We'll discuss this later.
Sylvester looks over. Yeah, Jamie. Much later.
In the meantime, brothers. No. Enjoy the festival.
Brother Rhys, Sylvester says, turning back before leaving. Your grandfather was asking for you.
I'm sure he was. Thank you for letting me know.
Of course. And they give you the symbol. There you go. I'm trying to figure out what it was for a second.
When I hit a red light that looks like it's gonna be a while, I'm going to take my phone off the mount, see that text message, and send back, "That's cool, going to meet up with a super cute guy. Don't wait up for me. I'll see you sometime around."
Oofa doofa. Okay, I think I'm going to say, Holly, roll 2d6 plus cold, because that is a shutdown if I ever heard of one.
Uh-huh. That is 9. It was a 10 minus 1.
Okay, yeah, because your werewolves you're not used to being super cold, unfortunately. But that's still 9. So, you can choose between 4 options. They can lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, you can gain 1 on them. You can give them a condition, or you can take 1 forward. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Excuse me, MC.
Yes.
It's not well for me to dwell on bad feelings or anything like that. So I would like to use my move Sanctuary.
So I
where
actually
someone...
I mistyped that. That's eye for an eye, actually.
Okay, eye for an eye. Perfect. I would like to, if somebody tries to turn me on or shut me down, and I do not have the condition drained, I will gain the condition drained, and I would like to roll that down to a miss.
Oh.
I can move it down 1 category.
You have to spend a string on them as well.
Okay.
Which you can have.
Yep.
So bring your strings with MacKenzie, or with Holly. MacKenzie down to 1.
Got it.
And
does my shutdown thing still apply?
So no, it actually gets he lowered it to a miss. So you still send the text message. It's not like you fail at sending a message, but
she wasn't intentionally being shitty. She has a suspicion that it's either not his phone or that someone else can read his phone.
Mm-hmm. You know something's going on. Andy,
she's intentionally doing this not to hurt him.
Andy, I'll say you can give Holly a condition for the miss.
I will say that Holly right now is being what's a good word for difficult? Holly is being difficult.
Okay. You want to so Holly, so you're going to take the difficult condition. Holly, write that on your sheet.
Okay. Just did. What does that do for me?
So that just means for anyone at home that hasn't played Monsterhearts, or just might be a little bit of a refresher, when you take advantage of someone's conditions, whether it be difficult or tempted or drained, while making a move against them, you can add 1 to your roll. A condition goes away when the character suffering it takes appropriate actions to alleviate it. So as we end this session, I'm going to go ahead and kind of look through everyone. I'm going to say that Holly, you can remove your outsider condition because you've adjusted to getting back into town and kind of everyone in. And Rhys, you didn't have any conditions to start with, so you don't have anything to clear. And Tanner, you already cleared Queasy, so you're good to go. Andy, since you took drained and tempted, unfortunately.
I'm collecting. I'm just like, give me all the conditions.
And as you head off towards the compound, joining the convoy of cars that have begun to form, and the afternoon starts to turn to evening, what is the one thought in everyone's mind?
Get Rhys alone.
I think Tanner's thinking, how do I stop this?
Tanner, maybe Mantra will know.
Never.
I'm so glad I'm making so many new friends today.
Rhys?
Everything is going perfectly according to plan. And I'll show them exactly what mantra can be.
And I believe that is a great spot to end our lesson for today. Please, everyone, reflect on what you have learned, meditate on it, and chant your mantra to the world. Refocus your energies, because we will resume with the finale next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Before we go, I would like to thank all the viewers who watched this awesome and enlightening tale today, and to my players for fully indulging themselves within this more heavier content style and running with every bit of chaos I threw at them, as well as building their own chaos, because Monsterhearts is one of those systems that is really about that collaborating and that collab narrative to it. But before I go on even more, please, guests, tell me what you're doing. Tell the audience what you're doing. Plug your shit.
In order?
Yeah, sure, like we did last time.
Okay. I have been Ellie Collins. Again, I am the storyteller for ATL by Night, a Vampire V5 actual play show here on Twitch. We are every Tuesdays at 8 p.m. We are currently in our off season. Season 5 starts in a little over a month. But it's a perfect time to catch up on the first 4 seasons on YouTube. And we have a special show announcement coming soon. So follow us on Twitter at ATL by Night, or you can follow me at Ellie_A_Collins for all the cool stuff that I've got going on, including a upcoming vampire V5 story set in the Old West here on Gehenna Gaming. It will be a 2-parter telling 2 sides of a story.
You should skip me for now.
Okay. Brother West, Mr. Walsh.
Yeah, Brother Wes, Mr. Walsh. Hi, my name is Wes Franks, or Brother Wes, with Carrying Comfort Studios. It is a Twitch stream just like this one. Well, not just like it, but it's on the same site, twitch.tv/Carrying Comfort Studios. And we just finished up a Solemn Veil 2-part series, so you can check that out on our Twitch, or the episodes are being uploaded to YouTube currently. We also have Kingdom Hearts: The Interstitial War tomorrow night, run by Nick, and also featuring Leslee here. And they are delving into the world of Anastasia, Once Upon a December right now. So if you're behind on that, you can catch up on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube. You just look up Carrying Comfort Studios and it shows up. But yeah, it's a great show. Nick's doing a great job with that. And then we also have Crack the Sky. Episode 6 is happening. Crack the Sky is a Lancer mech game that is inspired by the Mastodon album, Crack the Sky. And it's all about big gay robots. So fighting big not so gay worms and finding love in space and all that good stuff, everything that you need, and dealing with trauma and all that good stuff, as we've learned eventually. And then we have our own Monsterhearts show coming out in a couple weeks, Comfort County High, and it's going to be on Thursday nights. So check that out. We're going to have Natalie Pudum running it as MC, and we have a wonderful cast of characters as well. So keep your eyes out for that. And that's going to be it for me.
Leslee?
Cool. So I'm Leslee Everett. Like Wes mentioned, I'm on Kingdom Hearts Interstitial War, and then I'm also on Crack the Sky Alpha. I also actually do a video game podcast called Hot Garbage Gaming. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. The last 2 episodes up are actually about Star Wars The Phantom Menace because, yep, we watched that movie and decided to talk about it, and it's not good. But yeah, so catch Hot Garbage Gaming wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right, Ian. Do you want to go?
Awesome. Well, Nick, I'm gonna bounce back and forth with you because we have a lot of stuff coming
Oh my
up,
god, we
don't
have so much shit going on.
So, like Ellie mentioned, we've got some really great Saturday Night one-shots coming up, including a Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Western game that she will be storytelling, which I'm very excited to watch and produce. We've got an amazing game called Liminal coming up this Saturday, which I will be playing in. I'm super excited about that. We have a bunch of new series coming. I believe, Nick, there's one that you probably will want to talk about here shortly. Yep. We have the return of Fireside Chats, Gehenna Gaming interviews, and, dare I say, the deep dive on Tuesdays. Cultist Wednesdays are kicking off. We just had our first episode of Silent Hill yesterday, and we've got 2 more of those coming. And we have some really, really cool vampire-related stuff coming on Fridays very soon. So don't miss any of that. Warhammer's still going strong on Sundays, and we have some new stuff coming there as well. So, Nick, what do you want to add to that?
Okay, yeah. So, just to remind everyone, my name's Nick Francia. You can find me at NoblemanNick. I'm the stream producer of Gehenna, and I also do some stuff over at Carrying Comfort. The first place you're going to find me is going to be tomorrow on Kingdom Hearts: The Interstitial War. It is a Powered by the Apocalypse Kingdom Hearts-based system. It's a lot of fun. It's been going for about 10, 11 episodes strong already, and I'm actually proud to announce 2 special guests. The first special guest being Gehenna Gaming's own Mark Q. Anderson, who will be playing a very special role that I can't announce yet. And the other one, I didn't tell him he was going to be a guest star, but he should already assumed he was going to, is hopefully Wes Franks will also be joining us tomorrow to represent a character as well. So it's going to be chaos. It's going to be a lot of fun. I fucking love that show. It's just so much fun. I can't curse on it, though, so this was definitely good to get my potty mouth off.
Yeah, you get one a stream. You get one episode. Yeah.
Other stuff. So Monday, Gehenna Valley is going to return for a special Q&A episode, as well as the following Monday, they're going to do their very final episode of the series for prom, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be sad. It's going to get emotional. Just tune in because it's the end of a year-long campaign, and it was great. It's great stuff. But I will actually be picking up the torch of Monsterhearts with my very own series. Mark dropped it yesterday, the name. I don't think he was supposed to, but I'm going to just do it anyway, because screw it, we've done it. The name of the new series is called Gehenna Academy. We are currently in the middle of casting stuff right now. We've actually got about half our cast aside, and everything's looking amazing. It's going to be a little bit more darker than what we're used to, and maybe not as dark as this game, though, but this is kind of padding up my style a little bit. So if you like Monsterhearts, if you want something that's maybe more horror based than Gehenna Valley was, in terms of like how they were more drama based, definitely give it a check out and stay tuned. That's going to be premiering in about late April is the kind of like time window we're going for. But yeah, yep. Am I forgetting anything else, or?
Just that we have some cool stuff coming up on Mondays between the conclusion of Gehenna Valley and the launch of Gehenna Academy. Between Nick and I, we're going to have some cool content coming out, so stay tuned for that as well.
Exactly. And I think, should we plug the podcast?
The podcast is returning soon. Yes. One episode that's ready to go, and we are getting to recording more soon now that I am getting settled in my new apartment.
And let me just say, that is just the front of what's coming out the pipeline. We have so much more stuff cooking up in the kitchen. It's going to be amazing. The last year for Gehenna Gaming was a breath of fresh air. It was our dive into streaming in this post-pandemic world. And now we're looking to come on even stronger with the friends we made along the way. Thank you, everyone. I know this was a little bit of an intense game, so take a breather, hug your loved ones, and maybe eat a raw steak in my honor. Or Leslie's honor.
Don't eat a raw steak.
You have yourself an amazing rest of your day. And remember, before the truth will set you free, it's going to piss you off. That's the end of part 1. I can't drown my demons. They know how to swim. Have a good day, everyone. And stay enlightened. Bye. Give me a second.
Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 80 in the queue. Please hold. While you wait, why not consider a light reading or guided meditation? Close your eyes and listen carefully. Imagine you're standing on a beach, water gently lapping at your feet. But now you're sinking. What were you thinking? That's all the time we have this week. Welcome to Mantra. You are currently number 77 in the queue. Please hold. Here at Mantra, meditation is a big part of our daily healing. It's better than sitting around doing nothing. You are currently number 36 in the queue. Please hold. Not vibrating like you ought to be? Need a purpose? Tired of surfing through existential misery? Join Mantra today. Welcome